Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you. Let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of the coffin. You try lifting your lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening the lid. You try banging on the lid to hopefully unsettle the dirt. Maybe somebody on top might notice and start digging their way down towards you. This is what it feels like to be at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you need help. You don't know where to go, but in reality, there are people right near you. You just think you're going to die. Usually, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to have a fear of death, you need to be great at repressing that fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you were abusing drugs and alcohol that you might overdose and take your life away? And more important, you take that life away from people that count and need you most. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, children, and even grandchildren. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I just spoke about that went to their grave without getting help. Instead, pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise I'll help you take your life back. For your life is gone. Folks, take those slippers off at night, but don't put them by the edge of your bed. Instead, put them way under your bed. Stick them way under, arm's length. In the morning, you'll be forced to wake up. When you are blessed to wake up, you'll be forced to drop to your knees and retrieve those slippers. And while you're on your knees, that's the best time to utilize to ask God for guidance and direction. Ask God for forgiveness and mercy, and thank God for all the good things you have in life. For having health, relationships, wealth, family. The list is endless. Folks, I utilize this as a thing called knee mail. K-N-E-E mail. Knee mail is when you're on your knees and you're talking to God. From your lips to God's ears each and every morning. Get those slippers that are under your bed. Pray to God. Thank Him. Ask Him for forgiveness and mercy. Put those slippers on and walk with God 24/7. Why don't people ever help me, you might be asking? I do so much for others, yet no one ever helps me. Do you find that you do so much for everyone else, and yet when you ask for a favor, suddenly everybody just disappears? It makes you wonder, why won't people help me? It may also cause you to feel like you're not valued, maybe you're not important, or even like you're constantly being taken advantage of. It also tends to make you feel very, very lonely. Let's take a closer look at this and see why this is happening and how you might be able to work on it. Whenever you hear yourself asking the question, why won't people ever help me? Take a step back in the initial pain and take time to ask yourself these following questions. How are you asking for help? When you ask people to help you, are you adding in the words like maybe, I know you're really busy, so if you have the time, or only if you want to, or maybe you even say, I know this is a lot to ask for, but by adding these qualifiers, you may actually be telling the people that they should say no, and you're not worth helping. You're saying to them that that they should not consider helping you at this time, or giving their time, or even their request as being a valuable request. The next time you ask for something, pay attention to how you phrase your request. All words matter. It could be that you just need to change your question just a little bit. Tweak it a little. Try leaving the qualifiers off. Never ask an open-ended question. It also is very important that you are very clear when you ask for help. Tell the person exactly what you need. Dropping hints or trying to use body language, sign, looking sad, etc. Quite lightly won't be seen by others. People may not help you see because they don't realize what you need. You have to ask for what you need in a clear, concise way. So instead of saying, I'm never going to get help, or I'm never going to get this done by myself without getting help, try this instead. I need help finishing the blue widget report for this afternoon's meeting. Would you be able to complete the list with me at this particular time? Thank you so much for helping me. This way, the person knows that you need help when you need it, and also knows exactly how to help you. Most likely you'll find that they respond to you in a much more positive way. If it turns out that they don't have time to help you, they may be able to find someone that could help you right particularly now. If you find yourself thinking, they should know that I need help, or she should help me without me even having to ask, then the issue may be your beliefs are getting in the way of others helping you. The word should cause a lot of unnecessary problems. Pay attention to any shoulds in your thoughts and then pretend that the word doesn't even exist. If you couldn't use the word should, then your perspective would change. You're suddenly more focused on what you need. I need help, as opposed to she should help. It's subtle, but it will change how you view the situation, and it'll change the way you are about solving problems. I need help. You'll come up with the ways to get help. If you're stuck with the should thought, she should help me, then you're still feeling angry, frustrated, resentful, and other. So you may be able to solve this problem simply by communicating your needs more clearly. Let go of any should thoughts. Think about what you really want, and then try asking them directly to get a direct answer. Number 2, do you always say yes to others no matter what? If someone asks you for help, should you or would you drop everything instantly to help their request? If you do, you may be inadvertently causing people to think less of you. When you always say yes without hesitation, they respect you less. Strange, I know, but it is true. They also get the impression that you'll do anything for them at any time with any request. To illustrate this point, think about a situation where a parent gives her child every single thing they want. She also does absolutely everything for the child. Does the child end up with great respect for the parent? Of course not. The child expects to be catered to and to get everything that they want. The same thing happens with you and your friends. You may think that they should appreciate you more by constantly saying yes, but they don't. There's a mistaken belief that the more you do for others, the more they'll love to and respect you. This, my friend, is not true. This doesn't mean that you should be selfish about helping other people. The key to helping the right person, which leads us to question number 3. Do you help others due to fear? Is somebody intimidating you to help them? The next time someone asks you for help, take a moment to really think the request and what emotion it causes within you. You may notice that the request is causing you to feel a sense of fear, perhaps fear of the person that possibly will get mad at you, or even verbally or physically fearing them. Try to gain people's approval this way will actually have the opposite effect. As in question 2, they respect you less. You'll need to be aware of whether you say yes all the time because it makes you feel more valuable or needed as you're sacrificing yourself to others. You may also be saying yes all the time so you can continue telling yourself how much you do for others. In this case, the real fear that you'll need to face is the fact that you don't feel loved, and it's not just about you. That is a much different issue than you need to explore. So it's important to know that when you say yes all the time, you might be saying way too much yes. What are you really hoping to get out of it? You should be asking. If you help others due to fear, you'll start to resent all the people who you ask so much from you. You'll notice much more how many things you do for them and how little they return the favor. Your feelings of why not everybody helping me will be much more noticeable simply because you do resent when they do ask for help. How would you change this? When someone asks you to do something, take a moment to ask yourself if it's something that you would want to do. Pay attention to whether you would say yes simply due to the fear of what maybe would happen to you if you said no, the consequences. Also, does it fit into your schedule and to your own priorities? If not, say, sorry, I can't help you at this time. Or tell them, I can't do it just right now. Maybe I'll look at it again next week. Don't just rush into helping without thinking it through first. The key is to think it first, even if you have to tell the person, let me think about it, and get back to that person. You have the power to make those decisions. You need to work on respecting your own time and your value. Once you do that, others will also respect you. Right now, by never saying no and dropping all your own stuff, people think they can just get what they want from you at any time. So the best thing for you to do is value yourself. You set up your relationships with expectation that it will be a balanced relationship. The same applies to helping other people. It won't just be you doing all the giving and the other people doing all the taking. It'll be a two-way street. This change in viewpoint may be instantly but obvious to you. Number 4, are you helping to get something in return? When you help other people, do you expect to get something in return? Do you think that they owe you? Do you really keep track of how many times you've helped someone and how many times they've returned a favor? If you do, you're only helping. You're only helping because you think that you can get something out of them. What you expect in return may be a simple appreciation or a people's respect, but you're still helping for the wrong reason. You should help to help them. Don't help to think that you're getting something in return. If you turned the situation around and someone did that to you, you would resist helping them as well. You'd feel you were being obligated and you wouldn't appreciate that. The only real reason to help someone is because you want to help them with no expectations of anything in return. Number 5, are you helping past your own limits? You could be helping for the right reason, still helping to could hurt you or give you detrimental results. You have a limit to how much you can help others before it starts hurting you. That's the limit you need to be aware of within yourself. How much is it too much for you? There will be times in your life when you're required to give a huge amount of yourself. An example you are familiar with is mothers that give to brand new babies. 24/7, help, help, help. In situations like that, the solution may be to not focus on unhappy or overworked you are. You can't focus on how much work it is to look after a baby by yourself the same way you can't focus on every time you've helped a person, how much did it take of your time. It's better than just not to help a person and not have those feelings afterwards. Something you might want to also try to do is to help the right people. Don't help each and every person that asks for help. Ask yourself, is this a person that would do the same for me? That's what I do. And number 6 is always, always help, because that's what God wants you to do. No matter what, it is good to help, but there are ways to avoid being abused by the person constantly asking you for help. Pray to God, ask God, is this what you want me to do? The power of prayer is stronger than any person's request for help. If God somehow speaks to you and says, don't help this person anymore, you have your answer, and the power of prayer will come into your life. Remember, reach up to God and ask God for guidance and direction. And remember to call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise I will help you unconditionally take your life back on the Take Your Life Back Today show.